Watch this, your opponent's forehand is a weapon, until you attack the rising ball and turn their strength into your setup. That's the push that wins points. In a match, if I want to attack the opponent's middle or forehand, I have to take the ball on the rise. Why? Because if I'm slow, his forehand is too dangerous. He'll wind up and punish me. So I push to his forehand, or middle early. The key is intent. Many players push without awareness, just trying to get the ball on the table. If you judge yourself by beginner standards, your push stays weak. My standard, even if I can't always land it, my intent is there. Awareness comes first, then the skill follows. And that awareness has to be there on every single ball, not just when you remember. You have the fundamentals, but in a match, you can't use any of them. That's the feeling. To convert that skill, you need good anticipation and position before you push to the middle or forehand. If the position is off, say you expected a long ball, but got a short one transition to the backhand side instead. Everyone's backhand attack is relatively weaker, so you can at least rally and compete. The forehand has too much space. When position and timing are poor, push to the opponent's backhand, not to his center, but onto his left and right leg. Pushing to the legs makes his loop awkward, not to his belly, where he can step in and attack. Whenever you can convert, take the ball on the rise and use the incoming ball's momentum. Watch, as long as I don't backswing, I can accelerate freely. The moment I backswing, the moment I hesitate, the ball goes out. So stay close to the ball and accelerate late. Stay close, accelerate late. That gives you a much higher success rate. Keep those 2 points in mind. They work together. Close position gives you the time, late acceleration gives you the control. The push is still very common in receiving serves. Honestly, I rarely push in a conventional way. Let's go advanced. Why do you push high, and why do you push into the net? The reason you miss in receiving is that you contact the back of the ball. The ball is too square to you, and your push has no control over it. Say the opponent serves topspin, a long topspin. Watch, I can chop it down, because at the moment of contact, my hand has real skill. I can chop a topspin ball down. But amateur players, when they meet a slightly topspin ball, they just touch it and it pops up. The ball leaves your racket, following the opponent's spin, rising or sinking. So in practice, you have to train the skill of pushing. What does skill mean? Watch my partner push one. See, that's weak skill. He can't chop it down, the ball pops up. Now watch this. If you can chop a topspin ball down, control the arc in that instant. That's the skill. My push isn't with a vertical racket. It's flat, normal. In that split second, with a short burst of force, I can control all the spin. Most of us push like this. Send me a half-spin ball. A no-spin ball pops up. A spun ball sinks. On the racket, topspin arches up, backspin slides down. That's the difference you have to read at contact. The ball tells you what it's doing the instant it touches your rubber. The ball reaches our racket, and the crucial point is that we haven't used our own motion to stop the spin from popping up. So think, at the moment of contact, my hand has to have technique. It's just that most people don't see it. The push actually has technique. Say the ball comes to my racket with side spin topspin. If I try to push and it's too late, I have to instantly change direction and chop downward so it doesn't pop up. But if it's very spinny and I chop down, I'll net it. Then I need to send the arc out flat. That's where the forearm comes in. For a side spin topspin ball, push forward down. For a very spinny side spin backspin ball, push forward. Why do you net it? The forearm stops. Watch this fast backspin ball. The mistake is that we can't read the spin. The ball drops sharply, and if your forearm doesn't keep driving, you're dead. My forearm stops right here. Send it out, follow through, and you'll land it. Even on short balls, send it out, don't let it stop. Backspin on your racket travels downward, so you drag the arc forward and it won't net. Topspin pops up, so I chop down in an instant. Send me a topspin ball, watch, I chop it down and it doesn't rise. If I didn't chop, it would fly off. So for topspin, use a short burst of force. For heavy backspin, send it out at a steady pace. Then you won't eat the spin, that's how you receive. The more side spin backspin, the more you push forward. The more side spin topspin, the more you just touch it. It's the opposite, exactly the opposite. Because for a no-spin ball, we're afraid to touch it. For side spin backspin, we push forward. Exactly the opposite. So for side spin topspin, you just touch it. For side spin backspin, you must push your forearm forward. Because when the ball lands on your racket, it drops fast. If your forearm doesn't send it out, the arc won't reach the end line. It falls short and nets. So you have to drag it, send it forward. Don't forget that. This is the problem most players face. They react instead of reading. Don't react. Read the spin first, then commit your forearm. Next, to push with spin, you use the racket head's rotation to create acceleration. That's added spin. To push fast, you fix your racket face and send it forward and down, no friction. Hitting is fastest. Even if the racket face turns, you can still drag it over. A very spinny ball, you drag it and it lands. Right. The key is knowing what you want, spin or speed. They're two different motions, and you choose at contact. And when you drag it, you don't need to worry about the spin. Just let the racket carry it through, and the ball will clear the net. Use your center of gravity. High pressure, no friction at all. If they serve short to your forehand, this is my go-to. I push two short forehands. Because after I push with spin, their loop is hard to handle. My push is variation. I'll flick it, I'll angle it. That variation is what keeps them guessing. Then I'll swing, push, flick, chop, many kinds. My body can't counterloop, so I vary it. The key is using your center of gravity and forearm to push forward and down. Watch the speed, swing, push, flick, chop. Don't let your fingers and wrist create friction. When you come up, your center of gravity is high, then you send it forward and down. When you come up, your center of gravity is high, and as your arm sends forward and down, it works together. Watch I push long like this, with spin like this. I commit fully, sending my center of gravity out. That gives the ball good power. Your body helps push it out. Your arm, it depends on your goal. If speed is the goal, that's one way. If spin, the racket head leads. Match your body to your intent, and the ball follows. This ball has no bounce point. If I want to push fast, the angle is wide and hard to reach. My partner often steps around, so I push it wide and slow, he can get there. But he thinks he's eating spin. He's actually eating speed. It's not all rotation. So remember, vary your pushes, speed, spin, angle, and practice them against different incoming spins. That's how you control the game.